We're joined right now on RealAgriculture.com by Rob Pettinger. He is the president of the Manitoba Canola Growers. Welcome today, Rob.
Nice to talk to you this morning.
Rob, well, I think a lot of us looked in our inbox yesterday morning and were somewhat surprised to see what we read. The Manitoba Canola Growers are going to explore the possibility of, on a voluntary basis, the wheat board marketing canola. I guess the first question I have, and a lot of producers have that are outside Manitoba, why?
Well, make sure you remember the perspective that this is voluntary. Like, it's not a compulsory. Nobody has to sell through this system. What it is there's some producers that like the idea of pooling rather than individual pricing.
So is the wheat board going to go? Is this just I guess exploring this at this point, or is the wheat board actually going to do this now?
No, all it is to see if there's any interest out there.
Okay.
I mean, the wheat board, we've talked with them, and they need a certain amount of tons in order to make this, even to be interested in them looking at it to the next step. And so all that we're doing right now with the ads that are going out is just seeing if there's any interest. If there's no interest or not enough interest, in our opinion, then this dies. This is something that our members had asked probably, 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
They said pursue and see if there's any interest in it.
So was that more at a time when canola prices were lower? It just kind of really caught me by surprise.
Yeah, it probably was when prices were significantly different than they are today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So one of the things that when I looked at the press release or the information that came out, one of the things that kind of confused me a little bit was the fact that Manitoba has a canola facility right in Manitoba at St. Agatha, I believe. Is that correct? I think Viterra owns that now.
For a crush facility, yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that, when you have such a delivery point so close, one of the first things that came to my mind is why would you add a middleman to that?
Yeah. Well, this isn't adding a middleman to that thing. Nothing would change there. Mm-hmm. If you want to sell to St. Agatha, you're going to sell through Viterra the same as ever.
Okay.
And sell to St. Agatha. All this is another just putting another tool in your toolbox and saying, okay, this year I've got ADM, Viterra, Pioneer, all these companies that I can look at to sell my canola. Maybe I want to look at selling some through the wheat board.
So,
it's not, as I say, it's adding one more tool. It's not taking anything away.
Right.
And it isn't putting a middleman. People, I think, get a little bit confused as soon as they see the wheat board. They think it would it's the way the wheat board operates with wheat and stuff. It would be totally different, or it wouldn't get any support from anybody, I don't think.
So do your members look at canola as a difficult crop to market then?
I don't think so. No, I think as I say, all it is they're looking at adding one more tool to their way of selling canola.
Well, I saw referenced in the sheet or the press release regarding growers feeling that bases are and they are volatile or quite wide at times. Do you think the wheat board would have an opportunity to narrow those bases for the growers in Manitoba?
I guess that's a question you'd have to ask the wheat board. I think that I don't. In my mind, I think all it would be somewhere where you add one more person into that mix, so you add some more competition to it. That's what I would view it as, is adding competition, not taking any competition away.
So Rob, so right now we're doing a survey.
Yeah.
When will we have some results back, and when will we kind of know a little bit more?
Well, I'm not sure, because I'm not. We have a separate marketing committee that's been doing a whole lot of the legwork on this. I believe they were running the ads 3 or 4 weeks in the papers, and at the end of that time, we'll add up the number of tons and see whether it's even worth pursuing any further, or whether if there's no interest from producers, then this issue is dealt with for our members, and we won't go any further.
Has the Alberta group or the Saskatchewan group shown any interest in the same concept?
We've talked to them, and as organizations, no, they've said they're not interested in pursuing it, but they said we're not going to stand in your way if you want to do it.
Right.
If you want to pursue, just to see if there's interest, and remember that this is simply seeing how much interest there is out there.
What does that interest level have to be? Can you tell us how many tons you need, or is it need to disclose that?
The wheat board has a number. I'd probably be wrong to disclose it because, as I say, I'm not on that committee, and so if you wanted to talk to someone about that, I believe Ed Rempel from our board is the spokesman for that committee.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, marketing.
Rob, I really appreciate your time this morning, and I will be very interested to see what your survey looks like, and we'll hopefully talk again once those results come out.
Yeah, and as I say, I hope people just look at this and say all it is a survey to see if there's any interest in another way of marketing. It's not we're not trying to put a middleman in any situation through this, so we'll go from there. We'll see what anything usually that has the wheat board in it will probably create some controversy.
Yeah. Well, I will definitely agree with you on that. That definitely comes. Yeah. It's a hot button issue, no matter which way you stand on it. So
it is. Yeah.
So, okay, Rob, thanks a lot.
Okay. Yep. Good talking to you.
Bye.
All right.